Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build and my very first build using the new Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack. So this was the community voted stuff pack that has just been released as of today? It's like nighttime when I'm recording. It was released today, everyone, on Origin for PC and console, which is actually pretty neat. It was released on the same day for both platforms, which I think this is the first time they've done that. So that's really exciting for console players. You guys can experience it the same time as us PC folk. And I wanted to build a little cottage. I know that everyone is pretty much making like grandma stuff and that's kind of sort of what I did here. I wanted to make a little tiny cottage on my absolutely favorite lot in The Sims 4, which is the Cottage Am See in Windenburg, and I wanted to make it for just like a little retiree couple. I was thinking that, you know, it was a grandma and grandpa, potentially soon to be grandma and grandpa, maybe they don't have grandkids yet or something like that, but this is a little cottage that they purchased as they retired, and I think it is just the cutest thing on the face of the planet. It's probably one of my more simple builds, if that's even fair to say. It wasn't really complex with the floor plan, and it is only a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, but I think it is really, really precious, and I just loved incorporating all of the new items that we got. I didn't make a craft room or anything, so you guys aren't going to see any of like the shelving units or anything, but I loved putting these rocking chairs out on the porch, just like everyone else in the world, but it is just so cute. I love the door so much. It has like little crocheted flowers on it. Though I will say, and I don't like starting off with something that sounds like a complaint, but I will say that I was actually a little bummed because we don't have a lot of neutral swatches for these items. And granted, I know the whole look of the pack is basically like super pastel-y, bright Pinterest craft room, but I was kind of hoping for more neutral swatches in just the wood tones in like the chairs and the shelves and desks and stuff like that, but we didn't really get any, so that was kind of disappointing for me because I was really hoping that I could match the wood tones to these darker wood swatches with these windows that came with Get Together. So that was a little disappointing. It's really just a style choice though for me, so it may not be a big deal to a lot of people. And don't get me wrong, I love these items. The rocking chairs are just so precious. When I play tested this build, I essentially tested all the rocking chairs. I was like, I don't believe that these are rocking chairs. I don't believe they gave them to us. Like, that's where I was at. I was like, nah, they didn't give us the thing that we wanted. That would be ridiculous. But they totally did. And that's really just my sarcasm coming out. But they did. The rocking chairs were so cute. And inside, it is a cluttered as heck build, which you guys will see when we head in there. But the first thing we're doing here is the landscaping. And as always, I wanted my landscaping to blend into the world around it. And the Cottage Am See lot is just so perfect to do that because it has a couple of different trees surrounding the property, as well as just different like brush and bushes and stuff like that. So I was really able to use the entire range of debug plants that came with Get Together. And I also used these fences that are kind of more so like older wood fences, but they have this ivy and like plants kind of growing around them and through them. And I thought that was really pretty for this lot. I think it really fit into the entire landscape. And I don't know if I was thinking if this cottage was necessarily older. Like, I don't think it's been here for an extremely long time, but I do think that it has been here for maybe a hot minute. And I don't think that this retiree couple built it for when they retired. I think they honestly didn't really splurge that much. I think they kind of bought something smaller, like maybe they downsized from what they lived in prior, and they just bought this tiny little cottage that's been there for maybe a couple decades or something, and just kind of made it their own. And I wasn't actually sure if it was the grandma or the grandpa or both that really loved knitting things. And I was actually thinking it was a newer hobby for them. I mean, granted, it's a newer hobby for all of us, right? We haven't had this in The Sims before. But I was kind of thinking that it was a newer hobby that one of them or both of them picked up now that they have like all the time in the world in being retired. And maybe, like I said, their kids are obviously out of the house and they're expecting to become grandparents in the next couple years. So they're trying to make a few things and kind of prepare for that milestone in their lives. I don't know. It was kind of a cute thought. I didn't want to go with the standard, oh, the grandparents live here and they knit everything under the sun. But it was really hard to kind of get away from that stereotype at the same time because that is literally what I was hoping for. I mean, we have needed something, just something for elders for so long. And what's great about this is that kids and teens and obviously young adults, all the life stages, basically child and up, can knit things, and they can knit everything. So all of the items that are craftable, they can eventually make. So that's really exciting to me. But now we are finally onto the interior, and the first thing I did was kind of clutter up this little mantle. So they have this older TV set, and then they have just like tons of knickknacks and things decorating the walls that are just so miscellaneous and kind of so random. And I think that totally fits the grandparent vibe and maybe the retiree vibe, where they've just collected things their entire lives, and now that the kids are out of the house and they have their own place, like literally their own place that they haven't had to share with the kids that they're raising, they are able to just decorate however the heck they want. They can put all their little knickknacks out, not worrying about kids getting into them. Like, I don't know. That's kind of my thought process. But I did toss up one of the new wall decorations we got, which is the group of embroidered hoops there, which is really cute. Again, I kind of wish some of the swatches were a little bit more neutral and a little less bright, because as you can see, I was going for kind of like a neutral dark wood tone theme throughout this, but I think it kind of worked. And I also added the rocking chair with arms inside compared to the ones on the porch that do not have the arms, and I added the little knitting basket right next to it, as well as a few of these clutter items that we got with this pack. One is that open book with just like the yarn and scissors and stuff like that, and the other one is the small loom of kind of like an unfinished project, which I thought was really cute. I really like the open book clutter though. Like, that is probably my favorite clutter piece that we got. I also sized up a couple of decorative yarn balls and put them on this shelf that I end up putting above the little kind of like coat / hat rack right near the front door, which I thought was really precious. It's just that they have like yarn everywhere. They don't really have too many places to store it, or their storage is overflowing already because they got so excited going into this hobby that they just bought all of the colors under the sun that they loved, and they got a little overwhelmed, but yeah, you know, it happens to the best of us. I was going to use this shelf here, but I ended up using the little utility cart instead, and I sized up one of these little craftable teddy bear toys that you can make, and I put it inside the cart just to add a little bit of individualized clutter, I suppose. So just so you guys know, with this new pack, all of the craftables are unlockable by using the BB Show Hidden Objects cheat. So that's how I'm actually placing all this stuff. And I also placed another knitting basket. So those are actually both functional. So if you guys don't know how this works yet too, you do have to have a knitting basket in your Sims inventory for them to be able to knit. So me placing it next to the chair and placing that one near the door, you can't just click on it and have your Sims knit. So you have to put it in their inventory for them to be able to actually use it. But it's really cool because it makes a really nice decorative piece then, because it's not accessible. And I mean, your Sims might go ahead and like pick it up if they want to go ahead and knit, what am I trying to say, autonomously, but I thought it was really cute. And then I move on to the kitchen. That cabinet that I put to kind of frame the fridge, it ended up blocking your Sims access to the fridge, so I do change it for when I uploaded this to the gallery. I did change it. I'm speaking in like current and past tense because I'm pre-recording this obviously to go up, but when this does go in the gallery, just know that that will have been removed so your Sims can access the fridge. Ooh, you can tell I'm excited. You can tell I'm excited because I'm stumbling over everything. But I loved their kitchen. I loved using these base game counters. They're actually probably one of my favorite counters that we have in game. I've been using them a lot more often than I have in the past, and I've really been enjoying the look that it brings. And I also have never used that linoleum, and I thought it was perfect for an old person's home. Like, I thought it was ideal. And I would also like to say that I kind of got the courage to use that linoleum because I saw my friend Rachel Ped use that in her very first YouTube video, and I just wanted to take a second to congratulate her on starting her channel because she is an incredible builder. She has been around for a while, you guys. She is absolutely amazing. She has this huge following on Tumblr and Twitter, and she's a game changer if you guys didn't know too. So like, she got this pack early and she started playing with it, and I'm just so inspired by her. So I wanted to say, hey Rachel, you're amazing and I love your YouTube videos and I can't wait to see what you do. But as you can see, I have officially finished the kitchen as well as the dining space. So I sized down that big kind of china cabinet that we got with cats and dogs, and then I placed one of those little parenthood plates. Again, maybe thinking they do have a grandchild, or it was like their child's when they were little and they just kept it. And the dining space was very simple. The bathroom itself is super simple too. I keep with the dark theme. I just kind of add a couple of cabinets and other wall decorations, including some flowers, just to kind of bring some life to a rather neutral bathroom. And I add some towels on the wall, and then I also use the exact same rug that I use as the entry rug as the bath mat, because I just thought that that was definitely something you would find in an older person's home, like this knitted rug. And then I end up doing their bedroom, which is the last room in the build, and I use this bed from Cats and Dogs, again, really just to keep with the neutral kind of wood theme that I had going on. But I did really like that swatch. I haven't used it too much. Usually I go for one of the patterned ones or the red one because it's really bold, but I liked using the blue. It was a little bit more muted, a little bit more calm, and I loved using these lamps from the Vampire Stuff Pack that I've also, I can't say I've never used them. I probably used them in like a vampire Halloween build at some point on or off camera, but I haven't used them in a build like this, so it was kind of fun to mix different styles too. With this build being so cluttered and kind of chaotic, I think it kind of came naturally and I started to feel more comfortable with it, so hopefully you guys kind of enjoy the mesh of styles as well. I also give them a dresser and I decorate it with this craftable little cacti plant thing that I absolutely love. I also give them a couple of books up there. I end up moving this hanging plant because I realized they didn't even have a physical bookcase. I kind of came to that realization when I placed the books on top of that wardrobe, so I shuffled things around a little tiny bit here and I was able to squeeze in this Cats and Dogs bookshelf, which actually is perfectly accessible. I was a little bit worried about it, but it ended up being perfectly fine when my test sim went in there. And then I just add a few more clutter items there on the open shelf, and then finish up the bedroom, which honestly isn't overly cluttered. Compared to the rest of the home, like, this is nothing. I don't know, like, I don't really know what happened. Oh, and I also want to mention that the fireplace, as it is right now in this video, is not accessible, so I played around with it and shuffled things just back. I moved it back like a centimeter every time, and I was able to get my sim to light the fireplace by just kind of shuffling things back a little bit. So again, when you download this from the gallery, that should be perfectly functional, shouldn't be a problem. And then we just go to the backyard where I add some other skill building items. It's kind of a little hidden oasis. On their side yard, they also have the little bug box. They have some gardening plots. In the front yard, there's a bird bath and a bird house. And then I add the flower arranging table as well, so they have some other things to do aside from, you know, just knit. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this. I hope you're enjoying the pack as much as I am. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you guys next time I post a video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!
I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about nothing else other than you. I always thought I'd be waiting in vain, but suddenly there you were. Never thought it'd be easy to feel you in my arms, but now we're here and I'm all in, and I wonder by you, 'cause I can stay till the morning or stay till the dawn, but just hold me now. I wanna be so much better whenever you're around. I wanna say something clever to get in your mind, 'cause right now we're not together and I lose my way then. Oh, I feel so much better whenever you're around, whenever you're around. Yeah, yeah, whenever you're around, whenever you're around. Is it too late to feel you? Is it too late to tell you about much I'm sorry for the things I have done, for the things I never did. But I promise, dear, I'll never